Everyone, myself Meghlat, and in this video we are going to create a stunning parallax effect animation in Jetpack Compose. We will build it from scratch, that is step by step, and I will walk you through every part of it. I have already written an article on this that explains step by step implementation, and its source code is available on GitHub. And here is the source code. We will be creating parallax effect like this with dummy movie datas. So let's jump into the implementation. I have already added some necessary dependencies like foundation and coil. Yeah, here I have used coil version 2, that is 2.7.0, and we will be using coil because coil will help us to load images effectively in our parallax animation. And I have set up some data class, that is movie data class, sorry, and its list, the dummy movies list. So let's begin the implementation. First remove this, and yeah, in screen we need to add one screen like movies view. Let's change it to composable. And call it from here. Okay, we are getting some inner padding. Okay, got it. Padding values, sorry. Yeah, we are ready from here. Now, as I showed one GIF for the parallax animation, we can clearly see that we have two pager over here. One will be a background pager and other will be a movies card pager that will be on top of the background pager. Both pager will have synchronous scroll and some parallax effect as well. For the background images we will use normal image composable, and for implementing this parallax effect in movies card we will have to use canvas to draw images and render it properly. Okay, so let's first add the background pager. One second. Page count will be equivalent to movies dot movies will be a list that we have defined in our utils, a dummy list, this one, and then just set up the horizontal pager. Will provide state equals to background movie pager state. Okay, and also modify to wrap the full max size. Current page over here. Now, as I said earlier that for background we will be using normal composable image, so let's say wrap it inside box to occupy the max size. Painter is equals to, remember, a sync image painter, and which will be movies of current page dot URL. Also the content description will be this normal, and we need to provide content scale so that the image fills that area. and also the modifier to wrap the max size. Okay, so we are now done with our background pager. Let's run and test it. Oh, we have some build failures. What's that? It's about foundation. Let's use this AGP as 8.6.1, Kotlin as 2.0.0, this one as 1.13.1, JUnit 4.13.2. Minimum supported Gradle version is 8.7 and current is okay. Let's change the Gradle. Point 7.0. have some issues with foundation dependency. Let's check it. Okay. Let's make it foundation. Check. Okay, so build is passed now. Let's check if app is run. No, it's still not running. Starting. Okay, we need to use Compose compiler. Let's downgrade it to 1.9.0 for now. Oh, that was a crash. Okay, we need to add internet permission. Sorry guys. So finally guys, our app is running now. So guys, we are able to see this wide screen because the images are being loaded in coil. Okay, so we are done with the first part, which was creating a background poster, that was background pager. Now we will add some background overlay, gradient overlay actually, so that the view looks nice when we add our movies card pager. So let's, for that to happen, we need to wrap this horizontal pager inside a box. And below it we need to add one box that will have a modifier, modifier dot fill max size with some background. Sorry. List of say color dot black dot, sorry, but copy .5f, and other color will be color dot transparent, and also we need to add start y, which will be 0f, to end y will be of say 500f, so that we can have a vertical gradient of black color which starts with black color at 0f and end with color dot transparent at O here with kind of 500f. So currently it's like this, but after adding this gradient it will have this kind of view. Yeah, see, you might be able to see some kind of effect. Okay, so we are done with gradient part as well. Now let's add the movie card pager. Movie card pager is equals to, remember, pager state. Page count will be equivalent to what we have for background movies, that is movies dot size. Now let's add the movie cards pager over here only, horizontal pager with state is equals to movies card pager. Will provide modifier is equals to modifier dot filmmax size, and vertical alignment for the items alignment bottom. Now see, as I said earlier, we will be using the canvas instead of directly using the image composable, because when we use canvas to draw image for parallax effect, it gives more control over the image. It gives more control about how the image behaves in relation to the views transformation, like scaling, translations, and etc. So for applying the image URL to canvas draw image, we first need to kind of extract image bitmap from the image URL. So for extracting image bitmap, we will have to add some function. So let's add one function over here, function load image bitmap, which will require some context. Yeah, then it will require some scope as well. It will require image URL, and we can say like one unit callback, callback, which will return us value once we load the bitmap. So for this, to return image bitmap, we will have code like this: launch dispatches.io, well, loader is equals to image loader, context. Now request is equals to image request dot builder of context dot data will be image URL, but allow hardware will be true, false, and build. Now when we have the result equivalent to loader.execute request successful is success result we will return the bitmap result dot drawable as bitmap drawable dot bitmap dot let on bitmap loaded. It has some okay, null check. Sorry, I forgot it to add over here. And well, when it's is error result, we will just add log over here. Okay, so we have successfully added the function to load image image bitmap from the image URL. So now let's get this in our movie cards pager. First we'll have context, not over here but here. Well, context is equals to local context dot current and pour it in scope. Now where image bitmap by remember mutable state of will be say image bitmap, which will be null initially. Now we need to add one launch effect over here. Whenever the page changes, we need to load our image bitmap context, co-return scope, movies of current page dot URL, and in return we need to apply it to our image bitmap. Required image with okay dot as image bitmap. Yeah, so we have finally loaded the image bitmap. Now we need to apply it to our canvas. So for building canvas, we will first add one box composable with modifier is equals to fill max width fill max height, and dot background will be color dot black, shape will be material theme dot shapes dot large. Okay, now image bitmap dot let. First need to calculate the draw size for draw image. Integer size image bitmap dot width, comma image bitmap dot height. Okay, yeah, so we now have the draw size. Now the screen width, local configuration dot current dot screen width dp, and yeah, with this we now have canvas modifier is equals to modifier dot fill max size dot clip, say material theme dot shapes dot large, and also we need to add some border. Draw image, SRC size will be equivalent to draw size, and the distance size will be equivalent to size dot to integer size. Now let's run the code and have a look how it looks. Okay, so this movies card pager is accumulating whole height, so let's make it 0.7f so that it stays at bottom and takes less height, and our background pager seems visible. Okay, this one image is not being loaded, so we will replace it so that app works fine. Before that, we need to apply some parallax effect to this movies card, so let's calculate parallax transitions and all. So first we will calculate the current page offset here. Well, current page offset will be equivalent to, say, movies card pager dot current page plus movie card pager dot current page offset fraction, the amount of scroll that the current page has and the current page that we have at the moment while scrolling. Dot, it should be in range of -1f to 1f, so we will use course in -1f to 1f. So now we have the current page offset. Now we need to calculate the card's translation x, like how much x offset it should move. So well, card translation x will be equivalent to, say, lerp say 100f to 0f, and its amount should be around 1f minus current page offset. Okay, now we need to calculate the card scale for better animation, or kind of say effective animation while scrolling. Is equals to lerp, say 0.8f to 1f and it should be amount of 1f minus current page offset dot absolute value dot, it should be in range of 0f to 1f. Okay, so we now have cards translation x and cards scaling. So we need to apply it to the box composable over here, dot graphics layer, where scale x is equals to card scale x and translation x will be equivalent to cards translation x. So we are almost done with this translation. So as you can see, when we scroll, the card seems squashing and its size seems getting small. So that's the effect we have after applying this graphics layer. Now let's apply some translations for this movies card so that it looks like images are actually moving while sliding. So we will have, since we have screen width, we need to add one parallax offset, which will be equivalent to current page offset plus screen width into 2f, and we need to translate the image with that parallax offset. Maybe left is equals to parallax offset with this image. Oops, sorry. Now let's check the result. Okay, so this image is shifted slightly on the right. Let's fix this. Maybe we have made some calculation mistake. Parallax offset. Okay, it should be in multiplication instead of addition. Okay, so the view is proper now. As you can see, we will now be able to see the images being shifted. Looks like shifting on the left, and right side image looks like coming to the view. But we are still left with this both of the I mean, you can say pages states scrolling asynchronously. So let's add one logic over here. You can easily find multiple solutions to make two pages states scrollable along with each other. Two page, two hori. Okay, so there are multiple solutions available to make two horizontal pages scroll synchronously. So in our solution, as I used earlier, I will first make the scrolling pair for both of the pages, like, well, scrolling following pair by remember derived state of, say, background pager dot is is scrolling. So whenever background movie pager is scrolling, we will assign background pager state to movie cards pager. Actually, it should be van over here. And whenever movie cards pager is scrolling, then we will make pair of movie cards pager to background pager, otherwise it will be null. And we will be creating one launch effect over here, which will have key of scroll following pair. So basically it will get update call whenever we have any of the pager being scrolled. So scroll following pair dot let scrolling state comma following state. Okay, now snapshot flow, scrolling state dot current page plus scrolling state dot current page offset fraction, collect page part well will be equivalent to big decimal dot value of page part dot to double dot divide and reminder will be of big decimal dot 1. Let it of 0 to integer to it of 1 dot to float, and at the end following state dot request scroll to page comma offset. And that's it, we are done with making both the pager scroll synchronously, and here is the result. One of the image after X is not working as expected. Maybe they have removed from the site. Yeah, this Joker. Let's run this. So this was it, guys. We have finally achieved our parallax animation with Jetpack Compose. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. As I said earlier, I already have written one article on this, whose link will be available in description, and also the source code is available on GitHub. Thank you.